Almighty, you know I got it, you know I'm a legend. You know I'm the one, I do not come in second. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Chicago Bears. Quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out, and he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Play action now, Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Smith. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. The try here for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Prescott. This is Chenault on the receiving end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
27-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Forced out to his left. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. Touchdown, Bears. Laviska Chenault. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Zerline good with a PAT. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Come on, QB, come on. Monday. Watch twitch.
Play action. Now Kaepernick steps away. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent. one of the more productive and durable players up until last year. Remember, in 2019, 116 catches, which was an all-time record for NFL running backs. Trying to come back from an injury-filled 2020, just 17 catches on the year. Sure is great to see him back on the field doing his thing.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, Kaepernick. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Moore. He will return it. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Throwing, Prescott. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Prescott. Connection made with Chenault.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now a give, right side. Samuel, and he'll get it down to the 47 here.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Prescott now. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident up to...
Down the numbers. There he goes.
You got to love it, baby. Give me some more.
Touchdown. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, Prescott. Man open left side, it's Williams. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. On play action, Prescott. This will be caught, it's Samuel. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. That'll be caught right side, Chenault with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And I have to think that the Ravens are going to continue to find ways to get J.K. Dobbins the ball, and even more in the passing game this year. Just 18 catches as a rookie a year ago. Would not be surprised to see that number at least double in 2021.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
First down, Bears.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Robert Tonyan, as the first half is winding down. And the Bears have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go in at the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points. While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second? All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Bears 32, Raiders 21. Greg Zerline set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. They find some open field here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Raiders first down.
Kaepernick going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Goodwin.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick.
Here's a diving catch right side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, Kaepernick. Buying time to his left. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Kaepernick now to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown Raiders. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. They go with McCaffrey, and he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the two-point conversion, and that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
On second down now, Samuel. This will go for 5 up to the 33. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he will have the Bears first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That's Samuel, caught left side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Play action now, Prescott. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st down, Dobbins, and he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
That's out quickly to Chenault. A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
A big play there for the Raiders.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Kaepernick now on first down. That's swung out to Mostert. And some space here. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Running on first down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Escaping the pressure right. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert, and he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down. Now Kaepernick, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
First down, Bears.
Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now Dobbins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 78 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
13 yards. First down, Chicago.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Dobbins. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Made by Tanner Hughes. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done. But, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
One final try for Kaepernick. We've seen this before. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Bears come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.